Welcome back, Officers of the Public. Of course, I'm Police Chief APGAINS for another episode of When to Farm, the series and playlist where we just tell you when the best time to farm things is. Today we're talking Bad Batch. I'm going to keep it short as always. Bad Batch are a very good offensive team because they're a very weirdly niche counter to a lot of annoying defenses. The problem with them is they kind of rabbit hole you in a sense. What I mean is they're a great team. They have the Marauder ship, which I should probably talk about because it is actually incredibly annoying, if I can find it here. It makes the Negotiator fleet kind of messed up, if I'm being honest. And if you're in that mid-ish game area, you're that 4 to 8 million GP, which I know is a huge range. But if you're in that area, adding Marauders to Negotiator defenses can really trip up a lot of your opponents if you're struggling with fleets on defense, or if you need to punch up against stronger fleets on offense. The Marauder is a great ship. The thing about the Bad Batch is, yes, they're a really good team, and they're a really strong counter to a lot of things, but investing to like R3, R5, which is probably pretty good for a Bad Batch team, kind of leads you down the road of Lord Vader. And not that Lord Vader is bad. He is a great team. He is a great galactic legend. And I think he actually is going to have a more prominent place with some new content coming in the future from whatever this video was made. You know, maybe that future exists if you're watching this a little bit later if you're a new player. But I think if you go Bad Batch, you kind of also maybe have to go for Lord Vader, which is not a bad thing, but if it doesn't line up with what you plan on doing for your roster, I know roster farming guides don't really exist anymore. They're kind of an antiquated system, very outdated. Probably been 2 or 3 years at this point since they've been useful. If it's going to mess up your plans, maybe avoid the Bad Batch, but if you're really struggling on offense and you plan for going for Lord Vader, i.e., maybe you need another defensive galactic legend, and you're thinking, do I grab JMK? Do I grab Rey? Do I grab Jabba? Do I grab Lord Vader? Lord Vader is always a good option. He's losing a lot of his lifter characters because of updates to teams like Maul Mandos and stuff like that, but still a very good character. Really benefits from Datacrons if you're at a point in the game where you're doing hard conquest and you're getting good Datacron materials. So when should you farm the Bad Batch now that we've talked about kind of what they do and why they are good/bad? I would say you probably don't want to farm Bad Batch until you're after 4 million GP. You probably want to already have one defensive, one offensive galactic legend. Defensive, whether it's Jabba, JMK, Rey. Offensive, whether it's C, SLKR, JML, or something like that. And I would probably have at least 4 to 5 other strong backbone teams, meaning if we go to the list of backbone teams, you know, you should have a good Maul team or a good Starkiller team or a good Malgus or a good Radis or a good Jedi Knight Luke or a good Afra or a good Inquisitor team, bonus points if you have Reva, or a good Shreya team or some sort of Seer Junda, Malicos, Cal Kestis, you know, crew, Ufu team. Zori Bliss can work if you bought Dash Rendar Scoundrels is very good. Obviously, if you have Cal and he's on JML and you can either flex that team, even something like Marin could count as a backbone team. I would say have at least 4 to 5 of these teams, you know, relic 3 across the board. Maybe they're characters like Maul where, you know, you got some good relics. This is actually not the version of Maul you should be using. It should actually be all dark side Empire/Mandalorian teams with the new ISC, but I actually haven't changed this recently, so let's go ahead and do that. It should look, you know, something like this or whatever. If you have 4 to 5 of these strong teams, one offensive GL, one defensive GL, and probably at least one GL defensive ship like the Executor or the Profundity. Profundity is more of an offensive ship, but you can use it on defense. I would say maybe this is a point where you can go for the Bad Batch and then progress into Lord Vader. Make sure to pick up the Marauder. It'll make your Negotiator fleet much better. Otherwise, I would maybe push it to that 6 to 7 million GP range. You have 3 to 4 GLs already, and you're looking to add a defensive GL and a strong offensive team with a good fleet. I would say those are probably the 2 points in which you should go for the Bad Batch. Thank you for watching. Watch the rest of the playlist if you have other teams you want to know when you should farm. As always, I love you, and I'll see you later. I think I ended. Oh, wait. Oh, bye.